Hello all my chickadees! Welcome back! Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of the Groom of Gallagher Mansion. Now this is part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1, it is up on the channel, so hop on over and check it out. It also has a list of the warnings for this game. If you are not comfortable with any of the warnings, please click away. I want all my chickadees to be safe. But it's time for us to dive back in. What did we do? We left off what I think was like where we got to at the end of the demo. So this is gonna be fun. We're off to see Elias again after we woke up in a quite put together room considering how old this mansion is. So that is where we're gonna continue from. Let's see. Here we go. Yes. Alright, yeah. Here we go. Let's go see our ghost boy. Oh, he's so happy. You know, despite the being dead. Yeah, I mean, that was a clean cut all the way through his neck, wasn't it? Oof. At least he's not like nearly headless Nick from Harry Potter that, you know, he's nearly headless because it didn't go all the way through. I mean, at least this time his head is always already off and he doesn't have to worry about his head falling off upside down. Okay, anyway. I got sidetracked. I peek into the study as quietly as I can, sans the creaky door hinges, so not to disturb Elias. I spy him holding a few volumes of some old book collection in his arms as he peruses a crowded shelf. I can't help but notice the content smile resting on his lips. Once satisfied with his haul, Elias floats over to an armchair and sets the books on a nearby accent table, making sure they're in his preferred order. A pot of tea and some snacks wait for him to sit down. Wait, can a ghost even eat or drink? Contemplating the question, I lean forward to get a better look, the door creaking as it's unintentionally pushed farther open. Oh, we scared him! Oops, I've ruined his reading time. He spotted me. He's just gonna be a happy little bookworm with his books.
Oh, my dearest, wait there.
He hurries over, ghostly tail slicing through the carpet, and in a quiet instant, Elias floats before me, chest puffed dramatically. He has a tail? He has a ghostly tail like Casper? So he don't have feetsies, he has a tail. Ah!
Please, my dear, you mustn't wander around. Things remain out of sorts. Ugh.
I do my best to ignore Taylor's annoyed groan. But when I heard you humming, my feet began to move of their own accord. Why, you must have summoned me here to grant you company. Sure, the line was cheesy, but it wasn't wholly inaccurate. I was drawn to Elias somehow. By something.
And here I thought I had been quiet so as to not disturb your slumber. Sincerest apologies for rousing you from your rest.
No need for apologies, my dear, for I had already awoken. Elias cocks his head.
And yet, that changes little about the unreadiness of this manor. After all, I have to do all this cleaning myself. Simply look at the state of this study. Oh, it's so far gone from its glory days.
Didn't you say it was pristine?
I did, and I stand by that. Virology labs wish they were this clean. Either Elias is a perfectionist beyond compare, or he and I are seeing two different versions of this manor. And yet, I find these rooms quite beautiful.
Just wait, and be amazed. I will have to find new staff quite soon. Sadly, they did not stay with me as I left my body behind. Oh, if only they had.
Now, don't get too preoccupied with the staff. You have all the time in the world to replace them.
On the contrary, arrangements must be made with all haste.
Arrangements? For what?
Our wedding, of course.
Taylor chokes on his spit through the earpiece while I stand there and replay that last sentence in my head. I can't blame Elias for wanting to rush after decades of waiting, but... Taylor mutters something indecipherable under his breath. I feel the same, though. Maybe I might be in more trouble than I expected. He's like, oh, I found a new bae. We're getting married right now. But I've only just been left at the altar, my dear. A long time for you has only been a sunset for me. Oh, look, he's got a little heart as his pupil. Oh, that's a cute detail. But also, that's really interesting that I said maybe, him and us are seeing totally different versions of the manor. That's really interesting. Is he seeing it like how is now? Like, decrepit? Or... That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. I ask you to graciously let us seek a compromise. Oh, he didn't like that. Elias tilted his head once more, eyes locked with mine.
But your heart... I can hear its soft, gentle tears fall upon your soul. I promise you, my dearest, that a heart does not heal easily. No matter how many tales of tragedy and hardship one may read, reality is much more painful. Why, my own heart has been broken more than a dozen times over the course of my life. And alas, it has never once healed, only turned to an aching scar. And I have tried my damnedest to ignore these wounds, to let them bleed out and coagulate into some semblance of strength. But it left me sickly instead. If a heart is to be mended, surgery must be immediate.
Elias takes my hands into his cold, ethereal grasp.
And here before you is someone who can mend your broken heart. Someone who can cherish you, stay with you, create happiness for you. I never had that chance in my own mortal life. And after so long, my dearest, I want you to choose happiness, not sorrow.
Aww. He seems... Okay, so far it seems like he really does want to help us. He doesn't want us to have a broken heart. But we are kind of rushing straight into getting married, aren't we? And also, how is a ghost human marriage gonna go? Are we gonna have like a corpse bride thing where we drink poison and become a ghost too?
And I want to be the one to give you that happiness.
I'm flattered. Something in his words ringed truer to my heart than I could have expected. All I'm doing is playing along, acting my part. But if I had actually been left at the altar, would I...
Whatever you do, do not trust him. At all.
Ah! Taylor's voice snatched me from my thought.
But also, don't do anything to upset him. Play it as cool as possible. Elias gave you a very thin rope to walk. Don't fall down. Do you understand?
Okay, I got this. I can walk a tightrope. Or at least fake it. Why not show me what else there is to Elias Gallagher? Let me indulge in my groom before I marry my husband.
Yes, we shall do that. But I cannot wait forever either. The taste of eternity I've already supped upon is nigh unbearable. Join your groom in helping him plan our wedding.
Taylor once more grumbles something inaudible. And what does my dear groom need help with? Elias gives a thoughtful pause.
Now let me think. I'd love your assistance with the floral arrangements. I have all the flowers of New England in my hands. It shall be difficult to select only a few.
To prove his claim, he presents his open palms to me, and a smorgasbord of tiny sample flowers sprout and bloom for my perusal. That's so many! You'll have to narrow it down for me, else I could never choose. And surely you want me to be selective. Now, that's pretty cool. He's just like, oh yeah, any of these flowers you want, and just have like dozens to choose from. That's oh, our ghostly fiance has so much power. We love it.
Of course. And after that, a cake. I know my grandmother's recipes are still in this house, and I should set off on finding them.
Oh, you're not gonna have your reading break?
I've tasted them all when I was still in the flesh, and they're delightful. As such, I leave the choice of cake to you.
Oh, look at the little droll. He's like, oh, that cake was so good. I certainly can do that.
And finally, since you'll be marrying into my distinguished family, I'm eager to bestow upon you a gift suitable of that prestige. I shall lead you to my treasury and introduce you to the family jewels.
Oh, so the lost treasure is still here. Taylor snickers. I can't help it. I laugh too, but I try to mask it tastefully. Delightful. So, shall I pick the jewelry I wear for you?
Precisely.
Very well. And with that, I believe we have reached an agreeable compromise.
Then let us begin. Take my hand, and I'll lead you to the greenhouse.
Elias's hand isn't nearly as cold as earlier, but my fingers phase through his just slightly all the same. It's enough to simulate the gesture of holding hands at least. Satisfied with the arrangement, he leads me out of the study and back through the hall. As we walk, I re-examine my surroundings. It really is hard to believe just how much of a glow up this place got.
Hey, partner. How are we holding up?
We're doing pretty good. We're going to pick out flowers now. How are you doing, Taylor? In your car? You chicken? Splendid. I've always wanted to hold hands with the man I love. Elias casts me a sideways glance and blushes. I don't have the heart to tell him that I don't really mean it. Aww. Oh, we're gonna break his heart. I mean, I know we're just trying to survive right now, but still. The boy just wants someone to love. We passed through the foyer on our way to the other end of the manor. 2 hours I was knocked out for, huh? Elias is practically dragging me at this point. This set of hallways is almost identical to the other end, sans the glass double doors around the corner. Elias phases through so he can unlock and hold them open for me.
After you.
I take a step through the doorway, entering a world of flora. Seems the greenhouse still works as intended.
You shuddered a little. Is there a chill, my dear?
No, quite the opposite. Why, I'm surprised at how lovely the greenhouse looks already. Perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit. I can't even tell what plants used to grow in these planters. But my bouquet would be here. Elias would likely turn this from a depressing to delightful before I could blink. Do you need any help restoring the greenhouse to its former glory?
I did, but no longer. Behold!
I watch Elias's eager hand dance upon the trellises, and without any more than a simple flourish, dozens of flowers, this time in full size and bloom, await my perusal.
Voila! My dear, your flowers.
I want to see them! My eyes and nose are drawn to 3 flowers in particular, none of which should be growing on a trellis. An act of defiance? Paranormal willpower? Or simply Elias forgetting his botany? A classic red rose. Seems to be a different variety than the one I brought with me inside the manor, though not a climbing rose. A dazzling orange zinnia. The color reminds me of a soda I bring to the club room. Though that's probably the least poetic thing to think about right now. Ooh, so it's orange. And finally, a cute bunch of lyre flowers, vibrant, vibrant and pink amongst the other blooms. I always enjoyed their cheerful presence whenever I passed them by.
And there's more. Much more if these don't delight you.
No, I think one of these shall delight us both.
And which will that be, my dear?
Oh, we gotta pick. And I can't save, can I? I mean, the rose is like the classic choice, okay? Zinnia's like this bright orange and vibrant. And lyre flowers is like these little pink flowers. But I mean, the rose is a classic. It shouldn't be hard to go for, right? I kind of want to do the lyre flower, though. That sounds really cool. And it says that our character likes it. The lyre flowers. They're so delicate looking compared to the others. I think they'll make a perfect understated centerpiece.
I see. They may be delicate, but they're passionate. Lyre flowers, also known as bleeding hearts, lady in a bath, or even Venus's car, are flowers representative of a kind soul.
Wait, I think I know exactly which one this is. Bleeding hearts? They wouldn't be pink, they'd be more red, wouldn't they? Hang on, I gotta look this up. Okay, here are the bleeding hearts. Right here. Aren't they cute? They look like they literally look like bleeding hearts. Oh, I didn't know that was their real name. We chose good. Alright. Let's continue. They're perfect. They are.
And what other perfect petals may we pick for this bouquet? There are many accoutrements to select from. I trust you to choose well.
Ooh, we get to choose again? Let me see. My hand gravitates towards a bunch of simple white flowers to go with the lyre flowers, while I ignore Taylor's childish whining over the earpiece.
Ah, white poppies. They live in the realm of dreams, and kindness, and consolation.
More white. White roses, simple and basic.
Flowers of purity, reverence, secrecy.
My instincts lead me to a handful of tiny little purple pinpoints of petals. For an accent, I suppose.
The stone crops are tranquil, serene. A cure for a broken heart.
Aww. Good choices so far? A frown tinges Elias's lips.
Yes.
I think we chose wrong. You sound unsure. Not just unsure, but almost on the verge of a panic attack. So that probably isn't a good thing to say to him. Yay.
They're very familiar choices to me. And perhaps familiar to you. What bouquet did you carry to the altar before?
He looks at me sternly, brows furrowed in concern.
Crap! Didn't think he'd actually ask that. Make something up!
Truthfully, I can barely recall. They weren't picked by me. I can only remember a haze of blues and pinks through the tears.
I'm so sorry. Perhaps that was too much for you at this moment. But I do think you are being hasty. The flowers are lovely together, but the lyre flowers are so dominant. A little too passionate.
Let me choose one more, as a proper compliment.
Please do, and take your time. Nothing will hurt you here. I will make sure of that.
Uh-huh, sure you will.
Hey, Taylor, stop being, a party pooper. I look over the flowers as slowly as I can, hoping that I can find one Elias won't freak over. God, who thought picking flowers would be so stressful? I'm honestly just choosing what looks aesthetically pleasing. Perhaps something with a heavy contrast. Here's something deep blue and sharp. I think it'll have to do. This flower, if you don't mind.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh no. Did we break him? Oh, he's fading away. Maybe not, dear?
I'm getting static again. The hell?
You can say no.
Violet.
Hey, status report. You're cutting out again.
Oh no. Yeah, I suck at picking flowers. I suck at picking flowers. You should have not trusted us to make a flower arrangement. We shouldn't have been trusted. We shouldn't have been trusted. No. We broke him. Something crashes to the ground and shatters like a meteor striking at the mansion, and a spotlight shines on my regretful face. And the sun is out? The sharp rays of light beam through the greenhouse glass, and all I can see is haze. Something is very wrong. Movements, shadows, outside a window. Dare I look? I have to look. An archway, a gazebo baking in the blazing sun, a lush garden with the promise of life, sickening sweet scents hang in the air. Are we getting a flashback? We getting a flashback. She brushes past me like I'm not there. Who is she? Who is she? Elias knows. Elias must know. Violet? She walks between the shadows cast by the trees, through the arch, under the gazebo. And still she's here beside me. Even so far away, she's still here. The wind catches her sun hat while the sun hits a single point on her bosom, reflecting right into my eyes. Violet's gown. Violet's trail. They stretch into a past that refuses to be forgotten. I look for Elias. Wonder why I cannot see him and call his name to the sea of green shrubbery. The garden cannot be asked to care. Violet turns her head towards the interrupter. I see. You good, bro? Elias? Baby? Baby, you okay? Oh no. No, he's not. There he goes. Elias crumbles towards the ground. Without thinking, I try to catch him in my arms to keep him from collapsing. Well, as much as one can keep a ghost from collapsing, at least. I didn't know I could catch you like that. Nothing remains besides myself, Elias, in the greenhouse. The day is gone. The garden outside is gone. And Violet, too, is gone. Violet, that's the one that made him fall in love with her. And she killed him. She and, what was it, her brother killed him on the night before the wedding.
Hey, are you there?
Taylor, we're kind of busy making sure this ghost is not going to fade away, okay? Taylor's worried voice buzzes in my ear.
Everything went static for a minute.
Yeah, no duh. Our brain went static for a minute. Elias, I didn't mean to do anything that would hurt you.
No, you didn't. I left the flowers there after all. You chose fairly. And you made a beautiful bouquet.
You don't look too good, buddy.
I apologize for worrying you.
Elias, go lay down, please. I'll redo the bouquet.
I assure you that won't be necessary, but thank you. I should clean this up.
We'll clean up together. We work in a tense silence to tidy the greenhouse. I'm worried about Elias, though I wonder what sort of exhaustion ghosts can feel.
My gratitude to you. I'm afraid I must take a moment to gather my wits before I look for my grandmother's recipes.
Do you want me to accompany you?
I'm flattered, but a bit of privacy would be appreciated.
Understand. May I look around the manor while I wait? Elias stares past me, not answering for a moment.
You may, so long as you stay on the ground floor. And please, excuse the state of disarray the rooms may be in.
He bows, and I return the gesture. Not long after, he phases through a wall, leaving me alone in the greenhouse.
Okay, you alone? Who was that woman?
He saw it too? You heard something?
I heard someone whispering through all the static. A woman, I think. Didn't sound like anyone I recognize.
I think I met Violet DuPont.
Is her spirit there too?
It was like a vision, I think. I don't know, just let me catch my breath.
Yeah, take your time.
My steps feel heavy as I return to the hallway. I wasn't expecting floral arrangements to be that intense. Was that Elias's memory?
Hey, are you doing all right now?
I'll live.
Might be time to see what you can get up to before your rendezvous with Elias.
I nod my head as if Taylor can somehow see me through the earpiece. Back to where it all began. The dust isn't so thick now, and while it doesn't look at all fabulous compared to the rest of the place, it looks a little less uninviting. Hey, do you remember that painting I mentioned before? In the foyer?
On the second floor. Yep. What about it?
I think I can make out a few of the details better now. Maybe even get a pic of it. I test my foot on the first step and angle my camera up to snap a photo of the frame. When the deed is done, I send it to Taylor. Here you go. If I have to hazard a guess, then the style of the painting would be Impressionism? It was all the rage in the late 19th century, so it'd fit the timeline. Know anything about the subject?
It's probably a portrait of one of the Gallagher ladies. What better way to flaunt wealth and status than by paying someone to preserve your likeness with expensive materials?
I zoom in on the photo I took and study the details. I assume Taylor's doing the same. Those earrings and necklace. And the size of that ring, too. Damn, that's too rich for my blood.
Probably the precious family jewels Elias was telling you about.
Taylor snickers. I roll my eyes with a groan.
Anyways, I'll look into this and see if I can get an exact match for who it might be. Keep hunting around?
Roger that. I pick one of the many doors in the foyer and swing it open, glancing a bit at how badly it needs to be oiled. Huh. Elias wasn't kidding when he said some of the rooms would be in disarray. Definitely doesn't look as nice as a study. I think this is a living room? Or a lounge? There's couches at least. The patterns have worn off them, and the material is torn open in a few places. I run my hand over the back of the love seat.
Anything interesting there?
Aside from the couches, there's a rocking chair, a mounted deer head, a painting of a building, a grandfather clock, and a bookshelf. Elias hasn't worked his magic here, so it's a bit decrepit. I'll investigate everything else before I take a look at the books. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that anyway. Yay! Let's look at everything. Inspect the deer head. I walk over to the mounted deer head and peer into the soulless, long dead eyes. Taxidermy always freaked me out as a kid, and that never changed as I got older. The Gallagher men liked to hunt for sport, didn't they?
All of them but Elias.
Oh, the baby. From my interaction with him, he probably couldn't even hurt a fly. I don't really see the point of killing animals for fun. Like, at least eat the venison, you know? Exactly. I'm actually surprised if I don't see any rifles mounted on the wall for decoration.
How big are the antlers on that deer anyway?
Not big. Really small. Nothing to write home about.
Did you know that in the winter, deer, moose, and other mammals who grow antlers will just shake them clean off? Maybe they shot that deer in the spring when it was regrowing them.
True. Huh. Thanks for the fun trivia. Inspect the clock. I peer at the face of the grandfather clock, frowning when I notice that the hands are missing. I know analog clocks are a thing of the past, but I really like the aesthetics of a ticking clock. There's just something about them that's so cool.
You think so? I feel like they're too inaccurate. If a gear stops turning or the battery dies out, then you have to manually set it again. Digital clocks hook up to the internet so they don't have that problem.
Well, they didn't have internet in the 19th century, did they? Taylor, you're missing the point. It's about the aesthetics. Taylor let out a loud grumble instead of bothering to argue with me. Good. Inspect the painting. Another impressionist painting, this time of a building's facade. It doesn't seem to be the manor, though, so I wonder if this painting has any significance. Do you know if there are any secret passages in the mansion?
I wouldn't doubt it since the Gallaghers had this place built just for them, but I wouldn't know where they are. They're secret for a reason.
Gee, thanks. I tried to lift up the painting just enough to see there's anything behind it. There isn't. It was worth a look. Finish looking. Hey Taylor, I've looked at everything else aside from the shelf, so I'm gonna check out the books. Any idea where to start?
Tell me what you're looking at.
Books. I scanned the spines for titles. There's an encyclopedia series, a dictionary, a thesaurus, a Bible, Bible hymns, an assortment of Shakespearean plays. I pull out the old tome of Romeo and Juliet and flip through the yellow pages, or at least I try to. The corners of the pages disintegrate in my fingers.
Ha ha! Bingo! I finally got a match on that painting from earlier.
Oh, yeah? Who is it? I slide the book in my hand back onto the shelf before hazarding a seat on one of the couches. Moments later, Taylor texts me an old black and white photo.
Check it out. That's Mama Gallagher herself. Mildred loved to host tea parties and dances at the manor. Always made a grand show of the family bling while she was at it.
I don't blame her. She's very beautiful.
She was the envy of the land until that Gallagher curse killed her. Anyways, that's one mystery solved. Think there's anything else in here?
I stand up and check the shelf again. Oh, there's a children's picture book here about clowns? We're just pulling his leg.
Don't open that!
Okay, nerd. Well, nothing else really calls out to me. I'm gonna go to the next room over. I'll pause momentarily. Over?
Roger that.
I slip out into the foyer and stare down the other doors. A map of this place would really help right now. Well, here we go. Ooh, dining room. I push past another door at random and peek my head inside before walking in. It's a modestly sized room with a rectangular wooden table surrounded by chairs, along with a smaller chandelier on the ceiling. I think this is a dining room. Seems suited for eating meals here with a large family or guest at least, and it's in much better condition than the living room.
What else is in there?
Fireplace, windows, stuff. Fireplace, table, chairs, lamps, and a fancy-looking cabinet. More books in there, it looks like.
Take a look around and tell me if there's anything interesting before you indulge in literature again.
Hey, maybe we just want to see what they were reading. Come on, books are cool. Roger that. Inspect the fireplace. I head over to the fireplace and start knocking on the walls. Hope there's a secret passage here. No matter where I knock, I don't find any sections that feel or sound different.
No dice?
No dice.
Keep at it, bud. Your dream will come true one day.
Inspect the table. This is such a nice table. It's got a lacquered wood finish and everything.
Can you stick to the mission, please?
Dude, we're enjoying ourselves. If you wanted us to stick to the mission, you could have came in with us. So, if we want to knock and enjoy the table, we're going to enjoy the table. Hey, I'm doing a lot of walking here. Let me sit down for a moment. Taylor huffs in my ear while I plop down on one of the chairs, which happened to be surprisingly cushy. You know, you never really answered my question from before.
Which one?
About the hypothetical ghost clown servant.
No, we are not talking about clowns!
What if a ghost clown made you a blueberry pancakes in a bid to raise your friendship and trust?
I don't even like blueberries, and waffles are superior in every way. They can hold syrup, melted butter, or whatever you top them with, so you lose less to your plate.
But Taylor, I keep telling you that you need to lay your face down in a fresh stack of fluffy pancakes at least once in your life. It's like being hugged by a litter of puppies. What?
I am not putting food on my face, or my face into food. No, end of conversation. Get back to the mission.
I click my tongue in annoyance and he clicks back. Inspect the floor lamps. I could use more light in here, but these lamps are probably dead, aren't they? Yeah, they're just as dead as Elias. Oof. I wonder if collectors would go wild over some antique light bulbs.
Of all the things in this mansion, you're thinking of stealing the light bulbs?
Maybe. What, you want me to walk out of here with the table?
Fair enough.
I hold one of the lamps in my hand and try to twist the bulb off, but it doesn't bulge. Scratch that, I'm not gonna bother.
Hey, want to know another fun fact? Thomas Edison didn't actually invent the light bulb. He bought the patent from two dudes named Henry Woodward and Matthew Evan. Edison was able to claim fame thanks to the fact that he had enough capital to finance improvements to the design.
Yep. So the moral of the story is that the rich get richer and the poor stay starving.
My point was that popular history gets written by the winners, but that works too.
Nothing else to look at but the cabinet now.
Let me know what you find.
I kneel down by the floor and inspect the books on the bottom. These seem to be cookbooks for various European dishes. Irish, Polish, Dutch, and so forth. No dessert cookbooks here, but maybe they're behind the glass.
Right, Elias wanted to bake a cake for you. Would he even be able to eat it?
He did have a tea set in the study, so maybe it's like food offerings for the departed.
Can you say that again? I think the line's coming out again.
Oh, is Elias nearby? I said, there's static in the earpiece, and I'm suddenly overcome with dizziness. I groan while trying to get back upright, grabbing the back of the chair for balance. Suddenly, my vision darkens and the room spins. My feet can't touch the ground. I'm falling down into the yawning abyss. I open my eyes. Behind me, the chandelier starts swinging, and the fireplace roars to life. And yet I'm freezing. Like there's ice slushing through my veins again. It's horrible, and I'm scared. This is definitely the same dining room, but everything feels wrong. I grip the chair harder and lift my head. That was a mistake. We're getting another flashback. Encased in the glass of cabinet is the figure of a woman. No. Be gone, demon. Oh my god, she's scary. Is this like when she killed him? She's so far away, but she's coming closer and closer and closer with a knife in her hand and a Cheshire cat grin painted across her lips. No, you keep your crazy laughter to yourself, wild woman. Ugh. Dripping with bloodlust, her needle-like gaze makes a pinboard of me. I can't breathe. I have to get out of here. How can I escape? In an act of defiance, I spin in the opposite direction and try to make a break for it, but my feet are cemented in place.
Hey, can you hear me? Answer if you can hear me.
Get away from me! My knees give out and I collapse back into the chair.
Are you okay? Were you attacked?
Not physically.
Static took over the line again, and I heard something garbled from your end. Some kind of whispering or chanting? Was that you?
So, did we just witness part of when Elias died? No, that wasn't me. I swallow deep gasps of air, trying to regain my breath as Taylor's voice rings in my ear.
Hey, what did you see?
I think it was Violet again. She had a knife.
I'm starting to think there are some other spirits in this mansion besides Elias. Why else would there be interference when he's not even in the room?
Yeah, I think Violet's here.
Are you quite alright?
No, we're not, Elias. I look up at the sound of Elias's voice.
Why do you look so pale?
Oh, Oh, my sweet Elias, am I gonna tell him I had a vision of someone, probably the woman he was supposed to marry, charging at me with a knife? It simply feels as though 1,000 years have passed since I last saw you, my love, and I begin to feel a bit lonely. Taylor groans on the other side while I fake a pacifying grin.
It's been like, what, 20 minutes tops?
Forgive me for leaving you to your own devices for so long, dearest. I am here now, so there is no need to linger in the despair of solitude.
My gratitude, Elias, but surely my pain is nothing compared to your own.
Worry not, my love. For my years in the flesh prepared me for such an existence. I am not forgotten.
It could be my imagination, but I see a flicker of pain in his eyes for a moment, as if he's trying to convince himself of that last bit.
Why, even before you came to me, there would be the occasional visitor to my manor. None quite so welcome, mind you. Most were in a stupefied, intoxicated state.
Yeah, the college partygoers.
Good entertainment, but not the company I'd choose to spend the rest of my waking moments with. Unlike you, my love.
Man, this guy is just...
Shut up, Taylor. I'm trying my hardest not to roll my eyes at Taylor's unnecessary commentary. Let us not linger on such irrelevant matters, then. Shall we resume our preparation for the ceremony?
Why, yes, a splendid idea.
Elias moves towards the glass cabinet with a bounce in his float. Swinging the doors open, he starts humming.
Our wedding shall be oh so fine. The layer cake most of all, unforgettable. Nana's baking divine, and when paired with white wine, to not taste it would be quite regrettable. Oh, though I do miss her cream pies as well. Shame those aren't quite appropriate for a wedding.
Oh my god! Did he just say cream pie?
Yes, he did. Get your head out of the gutter or I'll make you cry.
She wrote the recipe in a manner such that you could make it in any sort of flavor, so long as you had the proper ingredients. Say, what flavor shall our cake be, my dear?
Oh, there's so many options to choose from, aren't there? I simply can't decide. What do you suggest, dearest? Elias thumbed the spine of the cookbooks with a little more focus.
I was quite partial to Earl Grey myself, but vanilla is always agreeable no matter the party. Though perhaps a delicate lemon with hints of lavender.
Those all sound really good. Something the matter, Elias?
I must have misplaced grandmother's dessert recipes.
Aww.
I can't find them.
Oh, he was so excited about them. Elias lowers his hand from the cabinet and sighs, crestfallen.
Where did I leave them? I know I have seen it within the past decade at least.
Hey, here's our chance to look for more clues somewhere else.
No, we need to find a cookbook for him. He wants his grandma's cookbook. Taylor makes a good point. Perhaps I can assist you in your search. With 2 sets of eyes, I'm sure we'll find your grandmother's recipe in no time.
I am loath to ask my betrothed to make up for my mistakes, but yes, I would appreciate your help.
Do you have any inkling of an idea where you may have left them?
Unfortunately not. I do know that it must be in the manor, however. None of my possessions have left the grounds. I will investigate the common room. Take care where you may search, and be cautious of the second floor. I have done my best to stabilize the structure, but it does take quite some energy.
Understood, my love. May we find your grandmother's recipe soon. So he's using his power to keep the house standing, pretty much. Elias bows before he takes his leave through the door, and I release a breath I didn't realize I was holding.
Is he finally gone?
Looks like I can try looking around the second floor now. Where should we start?
Well, you never got to hunt around the study since Elias was hanging out in there. But I wonder if you can find his bedroom.
Taylor pauses, and when he speaks again, I can hear his voice waver.
We also have no idea what caused that vision you saw earlier.
Sorry, I just noticed. I'm way out of frame. Oh no. Wah. Wah. Okay. Sorry, I don't know how long I was out of frame there. Boop, boop. There we go. All better. Okay. Should I return to the study, search for Elias's bedroom, or stay here in the dining room where I saw that vision? I can only be in one place at a time. Well, we kind of already looked in the cabinets, and he said it wasn't in there. We've already been to the study. Let's go find his bedroom. I exit the dining room and head towards some stairs to the side of the foyer. If I remember right, Elias Gallagher lived a solitary and mostly sedentary life inside this manor. If he was put on bed rest for the majority of his time here, chances are that he stashed personal valuables in his bedroom for easy access. I don't know where his room would be, but I get the feeling it's upstairs. Either way, we're about to find out.
And what are you planning to do? Reenact the BJ scene from Ghostbusters?
I laugh, shaking my head. You're the one who wrote these types of scenes in that notebook I found in the club room. Taylor starts to stutter as he tries to come up with an excuse.
That? I never... How did you even...
I try not to break it out in laughter for fear Elias may hear me.
That notebook contains highly classified information, I'll have you know, and I do not appreciate the invasion of my privacy.
Well, you left the book in there. See? You're the one who left it open.
Still, Never mind. Forget it.
Oh, this door's slightly ajar. Guess I'll go in. I swing the door completely open, wincing as the hinges creak. It's another bedroom?
What's wrong?
The layout's the same, but it looks... sad? I take a moment to look at what's in front of me. In the center is a bed that is perfectly made. Fluffy pillows donned in silk covers sit upon a thick comforter. My hands run over the plush fabric as I walk up to the bedside table. There's a few books here, but overall, this room is almost barren compared to the one I woke up in.
I'm actually not too surprised. There were 7 kids, and the heads of the household after all, so it wouldn't be unusual for the bedrooms to look the same.
I guess that's fair. I catch a glimpse of something on the vanity and head over to it. Hey, there's an ornate box on the vanity. Surely something like this has to contain something important in it, right?
Be careful! We don't know if that's spring-loaded with some kind of trap.
I don't think it will be, but... I hold my breath and take the lid off the lid slowly. Glass? Shards? That's it?
Seriously? Why waste such a neat box like that on trash?
Well, apparently it's important to somebody, okay? Maybe it's something important.
Kinda doubt it.
I slid the lid back onto the box and look around the rest of the bedroom. There's a bookshelf in the corner I hadn't noticed when I walked in. Guess what? Another bookshelf in here. Guess it must actually be Elias's bedroom after all.
What's on it?
Seems to all be fiction. Jane Eyre, Persuasion, Sentimental Education, The Portrait of a Lady. The click of the keyboard is comforting as Taylor lets out a chuckle.
Those are all romance novels.
My fingers gently brush over the well-worn spines. Looks like they've been read countless times. Not only did he lack familiar love, it looked like Elias didn't have any platonic or romantic love either. He was stuck here and only had a fantasy world to live in.
Don't feel too bad for him. We can't change what his life was like, no matter how sad it is. It's already over.
It may already be over, but the poor guy is still around as a spirit. We can make his life a little easier, Taylor. Come on. The least I can provide is solace. Make his afterlife a little more enjoyable, less lonely. See? See? My game self agrees with me.
Don't fall for his act.
Oh, shut up, Taylor. You're not here. Because you're a chicken and stayed in the car. I scoffed slightly. Act? What act? Elias has not shown any hostility or invasiveness. He doesn't have any malicious intent.
But what if he tries to possess you? Didn't he...
Taylor, I appreciate your concern and I care about you a lot, but accusing Elias of something like that without any evidence, especially considering how he died, is unreasonable. You're being paranoid. Heck yeah, tell him! Tell him! The lion is silent. For a moment I think he may have hung up on me, but his quiet voice finally breaks the silence.
I'm sorry.
He sounds upset. It elicits a soft sigh from me, my whole demeanor softening. I apologize if I sounded harsh. Elias just deserves someone too, you know. He's all alone.
I'm just really worried about you, bud. You're alone in there.
Yeah, why are we alone in here? Because you abandoned us. I am not going to let him live that down, by the way, guys. But, yeah. I mean, Taylor, what if you were in his footsteps? What if you were in his ghostly tale, okay? And you had to, you were murdered, and then you're left alone for decades. Decades. Like a century. Huh? I don't think you would be scoffing anymore at the chance of actually interacting with another person. Would you? Don't worry, Taylor. If I was truly in danger, I'd have asked you to come save me by now. He can't get the door! Taylor's voice sounds less upset as he speaks.
Yeah, of course. You're right.
My love, are you here?
Shoot, Elias is coming.
He is? Can you hide or something?
I'm trying. Elias appears before me the moment I turn towards the doorway.
What are you doing in here, my dear?
Looking for the book. The door was open, and I noticed quite a few books on the shelves, so I wanted to see the recipe might be in here. I pull out a random book, a smile on my face. You have quite the taste after all, Mr. Elias Gallagher. My grin widens as Elias blushes.
What? Is he getting embarrassed over there?
Yes, look at his blue blush.
I read it for the plot. It's actually quite good.
Really? Let's see. I open to a random page. The corners fold it down like a bookmark. I clear my throat and start to read. Her clothes were long gone. I couldn't keep my hands off her. Every inch of her body called out to me. Oh.
Heavens!
Elias covers his face, bending over from embarrassment. I can hear Taylor having a laughing fit in the earpiece. Ignoring my own embarrassment, I put the book away and comfort Elias, however half-heartedly. My apologies. It's quite alright that you, that you divulge in all types of literature.
I should have hidden those books better when you were asleep. I'm so sorry you had to see that.
You should have hidden them better. I mean, it's fine. Most people are interested in sex. We're killing him again. Are you alright, dear? No. Elias lets out a groan and peeks at me through his hands. He then slowly straightens, finding it hard to look me in the eye.
Yes. I just find the subject of physical intimacy to be rather difficult to talk about.
Oh, wait. He died the night before his marriage. He's still a virgin. Oh, baby. Oh.
Oh, don't tell me the guy's a prude. He's freaking obsessed with marriage. What does he expect married allosexual people to do?
Everyone in the Victorian area was a prude, Taylor.
Did you say something?
Nope. I clear my throat loudly while Taylor sighs on the other line. What I said was, Were you never close to anyone before you met me?
Well...
Elias plays nervously with his fingers, fascinated with the decor of his room instead of me. Have you ever kissed anyone? No.
I was never really thought of as attractive to anyone.
Oh, baby, you're cute. He's cute. Come on. Come on. Isn't he adorable? Those people are crazy if they don't think he's attractive. He's cute. Hold on. Not attractive? You're kidding, right? Elias shrinks further into himself. Elias, you're one of the most handsome men I've ever met. I'm serious. The things I'd love to do to you.
The what you do to who?
Oh shit, maybe I was too forward with that. Yeah, look how transparent he is. We're killing him with embarrassment.
Darling, I'm quite flattered by your compliments, but I have my reasons for being inexperienced. Well, beyond simply never having been properly wed before, of course.
I'll guide you through it. Oh, what sort of things strike your fancy? I'm sure you'll perform well in the bedroom. Oh god, I want to do one of these. I'll guide you through it. I'm sure you'll perform well in the bedroom. I'm sure you'll perform well in the bedroom, Elias. After all, you're looking forward to what comes after the wedding ceremony, aren't you?
What the hell kind of comment is that?
I am. The, consummation of our marriage, that is.
Elias looks around nervously before puffing out his chest in mock bravo, or some semblance of it.
My strength and will is ever stronger after death, so I will do my best.
He's got a nosebleed. Oh, God. Lovely. That's quite the spirit now.
Anyhow, it would be in our best interest to move forward with the preparations. If you may, please follow me.
Why, yes, of course. He floats out of the room and I follow him out to the foot of the stairs. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, that part just killed me. Oh, that was so good. I'm sure you'll perform well in the bedroom. I can show you. I love how, like, sassy the character is. He's just, like, totally like, oh yeah, I can be a flirt. Okay, okay. This was a really good part. We're gonna stop here for today. I think the game might be like 3.5 hours long, if I remember correctly, but there's 4 different endings. So it might be longer than that for our game, or Let's Play. So we're gonna have at least 2 more parts, is what I'm guessing. Oh wow. Let me know down below what you think of the game so far. Would you marry this ghost? Okay. We'll pick up part 3 very soon, so please look forward to that. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like or a comment so I know, and it inspires me to get things out that much faster for you guys. Also, I'm gonna have a limited time invite to my Discord community where you can talk to other people about BL games, or, you know, novels and books and stuff, or, you know, just talk about the games we've been playing. That link is going to be in the description, so please check it out. And as always, thank you, my dear chickadees, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!